Do you feel worthy to receive your manifestations? If the answer is anything other than a full yes, then I definitely want you to watch the rest of this video because I'm going to help you recognize the gap between where you are right now regarding your worthiness to reaching 100% complete knowing that you're worthy of receiving anything that you desire, and also the practical measures, what you can do to fill and close that gap. Hey guys, I'm Michael Hodge. I'm a teacher of transformation. I help you to transform yourself and manifest a new destiny. So let me ask you some questions, and I want you to just immediately feel what your answer is to these questions. Do you feel worthy of experiencing more love than you've ever felt before? Do you feel worthy of feeling pleasure at new heights? Do you feel worthy of having everything that you desire? And just sit with that. What was your answer to those questions? Maybe it was an immediate yes. I absolutely am. In every way, I know it. Honestly, if that was your answer, that's incredible, and you don't need to watch the rest of this video. But if there is any gap whatsoever, what I find with a lot of people is whenever asked questions like this, they're like, yes, I do feel worthy. But it's like a 70 or 80%. It's like, I do, but not like all the way there, not just like a yes. I'm like, are you alive right now? So I'm like, well, yeah, I am. Like, it's just, okay. I've noticed that whenever I ask these questions to people, they do feel a yes within them, but it's not an immediate like, yes, for sure. There's no question. It's like a 70 or 80% sure, but not all the way there. And that's the work, that's what we're talking about in this video, how to close that gap completely. It's a complete knowing. The universe knows that you feel 100% worthy. You have that deservedness of this manifestation that you desire to bring about. Because whenever you don't feel completely worthy of it, you're separate from it. And of course, the universe feels the vibration regarding that, which is a part of why it could be held off from being manifested into material form into your life. So you might be wondering, where does a lack of worthiness come from? It just has to do with a variety of things, but oftentimes conditioning and your family and your environment and the people you're around and the imprinting that you received as you were growing up. You might have heard things like, like you can only have so much. Like if you have something, someone else can't have it. If you have it, your brothers or your sisters don't get to have any. Or you really don't deserve that. We don't deserve that. We're not the type of people that get to have those experiences. Like, we're not rich, we're not this, we're not that. That's for someone else. And there's this separation of this, we don't deserve it. We're not worthy of that, actually. Another aspect of this could just be, you don't get to experience something. You don't deserve something until you do something else. So this happened a lot in my life when I was growing up. It's like, you have to get all A's at school, do all of your chores, get all this done, and then you might get to go watch a movie. Or at the end of the week, if you're really, really good and you achieved all these things, you get to relax and have like a cookie and drink a soda or something. I remember things like that. I wouldn't allow myself, and also again from the way that I was raised and shown, to experience things like, you don't deserve it until you do this stuff. You don't deserve it until you finally do these certain things. And we do this, what will happen is that we'll hold ourselves back from experiencing things. This is really having to do with self-love as well. But let's say you desire to be in a conscious relationship, an amazing relationship with someone, and you're going to go on adventures, you're going to travel, you're going to cook together, you're going to play sports together, you're going to go mountain biking, I don't know, all the things that you want to do. And you're not allowing yourself maybe to experience that until I meet this person and we are together, I'll get to start living this life. It's going to be so awesome. And you hold back in the pocket the whole time. You don't feel like you deserve it yet. You're not worthy of having that yet. And again, it's signaling to the universe that same thing. So doing things like some of those experiences now by yourself or just with friends, even if they're not a romantic partner, is part of showing that worthiness, that you deserve it, that you can have it, right? You can have your cake and eat it too. And many of us have been conditioned that you can't have it all. You hear this a lot in relationships, for example. Yeah, you might find someone who's really good looking and they're really smart and they've got their career together, but they're a little crazy, like they're unpredictable, They kind of come in and out with their love for you. I don't know, like you'll see some of the boxes will be checked, but one isn't. And you just have to accept that. You can't have it all. That's a limiting belief. You can't have it all. It might be like, okay, you have a relationship and I'm not worried about money, but I can never get my body into shape. And you just have this belief that you can't have it all. And you don't think you're worthy of having all of your desires in life, you could say. Okay, so let's close the gap. Let's close the gap from wherever you're at now to knowing fully that you are 100% worthy of anything that you desire. So step one is remembering the truth. The truth is you are an infinite soul. You are perfection. You are pure love. That's who you are. You are oneness. You are connected with and part of God or source, whatever word you want to use. That's your original perfection. Sometimes we forget this because we chose to incarnate into this physical body right now, and we don't have the full perception and awareness of the gestalt of our being. But if you go into deep meditations, if you get into this connected state, you remember the truth, right? And it enlivens you, and you remember this original perfection. And whenever you connect in with this, even if you haven't yet, let me just remind you the fact that that is true for you. You are worthy and deserving of anything, any experience. You are a creator. You chose to incarnate into this life right now at this very special time during this ascension to learn how to master quantum level creation in physical form. You've been doing it in non-physical lives and other places, of course, where you can instantaneously create something. But wouldn't it be a fun adventure to come into this Earth school and figure out how to do this in this life? So it's a very powerful and expansive adventure. And one piece of this puzzle is remembering that you can have anything. You can be, do, or have anything. And it doesn't take away from anyone else. There's an infinite supply. You having more money or having a certain thing or a house or a car or whatever it is, doesn't take away from anyone else. You're expanding the pie, you're expanding the abundance, you're growing things outward. It's actually benefiting others. Step two is embody this every day. I just reminded you the truth of who you are. You are completely worthy. It's an immediate yes. If you don't feel that immediate yes all the way, that's the practices of embodying this truth and reminding yourself. And the way that we do this is a variety of ways. But just like any other block or restriction that is in the way of our energy that's flowing through us, is we have to have a greater level of awareness. So next time you're like, I'm not gonna do this yet until I get to this, or this, or this, or this. And you're playing that same program that you used to. You catch it, you notice it. You can use affirmations like, I am worthy. I am worthy of any experience. I'm worthy of infinite levels of love and abundance. I'm worthy of being, doing, and having anything that I want, whatever it is that you want to use. You can say it out loud as soon as you have one of those counter thoughts, or you can be journaling it, but this is just a practice. I've also created a guided meditation video, so we'll link to it here. It's really, really good. I highly recommend doing it now, especially since you're on this topic and you're in this energy of choosing to step in fully into the knowing that you're worthy of anything and everything. And that's what this meditation does for you. It's a simple, relatively short guided meditation. You're going to feel how deserving you are of these different experiences within it. You're going to really like this meditation. And I just want to add that this is something you're working through right now. You're not going to be dealing with it for a really long time on your spiritual journey. It's just something that you've been called to put some awareness on and work through and step back into the truth of who you are. And once you do that, move on to the next thing, the next greater creation. And of course, you might have some other challenges. You might have some more to learn, and that's okay. So definitely do the I am worthy to receive guided meditation. You're gonna feel it. It's gonna be an energetic experience. It's not just knowledge, it's not just information. You're going to actually viscerally feel that truth, which is why I've created it. Of course, guys, I'd love to have you around some more in future videos. In our community, we have an online community and a lot of the other things that we do in You Transformed. So subscribe, follow us, and I'd love to hear what you thought about this video. I'll see you next time.